So I started Egan Brown in 1990 and we grew it very, very consistently for 17 years. And at the point when sales reached 70-ish million, the management team in truth had become quite tired, quite fractured. There were a couple of managers directors were then outside the business but were still shareholders. And so what I wanted to find was a private equity business that could take out our external shareholders, could reinvigorate the business and the management team, perhaps bring in some new ideas. And so I looked at a number of private equity businesses, and the first two I met really disappointed me because I met some very sharp MBA grads who knew nothing at all about recruitment or about the UK recruitment market. And so I became rather despondent, but then by chance came across Hamilton Bradshaw and was really impressed with the approach. And it was to do with their level of specialism, their experience in recruitment, and their quite hands-on nature. So I sold the business to HP Human Capital, and at that point I stepped up to become the CEO of HP Human Capital. And since then we have started 3 more businesses. We acquired 2 further businesses. So the group now has sales of 130 million, meaning that in the last 4 years, which have been the most challenging period for the UK recruitment industry, we have doubled group sales and we've trebled group's profits. Now, would I have achieved that without Hamilton Bradshaw as a key partner in it? Clearly not. The JV model is something they introduced, the firepower, the ability to make acquisitions, and so it's been a great and very successful partnership. My main point of contact with Hamilton Bradshaw is with Tristan Ramus. James chairs my board, and at the beginning of the relationship we dealt with quite a number of other people within Hamilton Bradshaw. We refer to them as the pit crew because they all rush in and do stuff. So they were very, very hands-on, very active within our group, much more so than I think your average private equity business. And then over the intervening 4 years, they've really retreated because they didn't need to be that hands-on. They've transferred skills to my management team, brought in some new people, and so they're not consistently hands-on now, but are available to be called in as required. So if we make an acquisition, we would tend to use more of Hamilton Bradshaw's capability. Over the last 2 years, HP Human Capital has gone from being the 60th biggest recruitment business in the UK to being the 20th. I think that's probably the fastest leap up the rankings of any UK recruitment business over that period. And what that shows is that our model, the model whereby we attract the very best talent in the industry, we start businesses through a joint venture model, we acquire businesses and use our centralised back office to bring out most profit. The model now is demonstrably working better than any other model in the market. So I can see absolutely no reason why we can't drive HP Human Capital up to £500 million sales.